What's up, YouTube? This is CJ.
And Sarah.
It's a Wednesday, and that means it's time for another Keto
Conversations.
So let's get this started. So it occurred to me the other day that some people don't know who we are.
Sometimes I get called CJ.
I think sometimes, yeah, people think
I don't think you get called Sarah.
No, nobody calls me Sarah, but no, I don't know if people know that you're...
I am not CJ.
Yes. And sometimes I don't know if people know that.
It is still my kitchen also. We've discussed this in the past. Sarah's Keto Kitchen was not a domain name that was available when we began our channel. So,
is that what it was? I can't remember.
Yes. So it is CJ's Keto Kitchen.
Because that was available.
That was available.
Yeah.
We have no intention of changing it to Sarah's Keto Kitchen.
But anyway, this is Sarah.
I am Sarah.
And I'm CJ.
With an H, in case anyone cares.
I'm just a taste tester guy.
Yeah, whatever.
That's all I do. I don't do anything but eat.
Yeah, right.
Anyway.
Editing, filming, macros, running the blog. We could go on and on.
Yeah, well, anyway, like I said, all I do is eat. So we're back at you this week with another Keto Conversation. It's been about 4 weeks since the new year, and a lot of people in our audience started keto. You just started. Or you might have started in late last year and into the new year, rolling into the new year with a lot of enthusiasm and vigor and great hopes.
Well, and there are those of us who've been doing this for years, etc.
That's true.
And we also need a boost sometimes. Pep talk, if you will.
Yeah. So tonight's topic, what we have written down is 5 reasons to stick with keto. That's what we're going to call it right now on film. It's 5 reasons to stick with keto. Who knows what's going to happen in the editing process? But
it's a motivational discussion, regardless of what we end up calling it.
Yeah, I don't want people just to think it's motivational, because I really want to give people some things to think about, and because there could be people on the fence. It's been. So then, wouldn't we want to motivate them? Yeah, I don't want anybody to fall off the fence or fall off the wagon. I want people to stick with keto, but ultimately that is up to every person to decide that. 5 reasons to stick with keto, not to quit. Number 1, you made a decision. For some reason, you got to the point where you decided this keto thing was what you were going to try to do, and you made a decision, whether it was at the first of the year, whether you want to call it a resolution, whether you want to call it a goal. Whether you
were in the grocery store and saw a Women's Day magazine and it was talking all about keto, or your great Aunt Betty does keto, or however you listened to Jillian Michaels and decided to do the opposite of what she suggested, then hey, there's not a bad reason.
For some reason you made a decision and you ended up with to try the keto diet. And I think when you made that decision that you were, some of you actually might got to the point where you say, wow, I'm going to try this thing I've heard about. I'm going to try this thing that seems maybe kind of out there and radical.
Or different from what you've tried in the past.
Different from what you've tried in the past. I've done Weight Watchers. I've never done Jenny Craig, but I have done Weight Watchers multiple times. I've done other, I've counted calories. I've done all kinds of stuff in the past, and I know a lot of you guys are like that too, where you've done stuff, and so now you got to the point where you heard about this keto thing, and probably know people that this keto thing is working for, and so you made a decision at some point last year, this year, to start keto. But now keto, we're toward the end of the month of January, and it might not be going like you want it to go. So one of the reasons not to quit is that you made a decision. And I think it's important when you make a decision that you do everything you can to stick with that decision.
See it through.
And to see it through. Because a lot of times when we make those decisions or we make commitments to things and we don't see it through, we're just that far away from, achieving something spectacular or something great happen, but we give up too soon. And so number 1 reason to stick with keto and not to give up is you made a decision. And it's important to follow through with your decisions.
So the second point would be that your body is changing on the inside. If you're like most of us, even if you are relatively young, still years on the standard American diet has taken its toll on your body as far as you have years of damage, maybe insulin resistance, maybe you have yo-yo dieted in the past. especially a lot of women, you know, we have a lot of societal pressure to be a certain size or fit into a certain stereotype. And so even as young women, teenagers, maybe you've done some damage to your body in that amount of time that has made a lasting mark on your body. So a lot of times when you first begin the ketogenic diet, you do a certain amount of settling as far as your body has to come to the realization that what you are doing for it is a good thing, and it has to have a little bit of time to give up change.
Yeah.
So,
and everybody's different.
Right. So
in
a lot of
aspect.
times, you know, maybe you feel like your weight loss is not running along as steadily as you would like it to. But there's a certain amount of metabolic damage that your body will first concentrate on repairing, and then when that happens, then your body says, okay, I feel safe enough to start making actual physical changes on the outside. And so it's very difficult to be patient in that regard, and trust me, I am one of the least patient people in the universe.
Yeah.
I want results in whatever aspect of my life it is. I want them yesterday.
Yeah.
And so it is very difficult to realize that it is going to take some time before you start seeing hardcore benefits. Or maybe there are benefits that you're not even realizing that you're seeing. So maybe it would be a good idea to sit down and maybe write down how you're feeling. CJ keeps a journal. He keeps a daily planner. Maybe there are things that are happening for you that might be small, and you're not really realizing that that is an effect
Maybe you've got
of keto.
some better mental clarity. Maybe you've got more energy. Maybe the scale.
Small things.
Yeah, maybe the scale is not going as
Yeah.
fast as you think.
With me, I didn't, you know, I work on my feet, and I had bad plantar fasciitis. Well, you know, I used to get out of my bed in the morning and go to step, and it would be like knives in my foot right there in the instep. Well, you know, I'd been on keto for just a month or two, and I didn't realize at the time, it wasn't until later, that I would get out of bed and I wouldn't have pain in my feet anymore. So just even lack of inflammation in some aspects of your body. Maybe you don't have lower back pain as bad as you did anymore, or your skin's settled down, or just small things.
Yeah, and so I'm going to stop you for just a second, because you said something. You said that, so that wasn't after you lost a whole bunch of weight.
No, that was before I had lost any weight.
So the whole plantar fasciitis thing was, you realized that.
That was my inflammation coming down. So that was pre-losing weight. I didn't stop having that pain because I'd lost weight, which of course down the road that helped. You know, because if you lose some weight, a lot of your health conditions lessen, pain on your joints and things, simply because you're carrying around less physical mass. But just realizing the effect of inflammation in small ways, maybe your hands get less puffy, or you know, whatever the case may be, maybe if you sit and write down how you're feeling, or maybe some small things you've noticed that can keep you motivated to continue while your body is gearing up for the big changes. Yeah,
and so that's just important. Remember, your body is changing from the inside. And then, you know, there's a point that we don't have on here, but it's important for you not to compare yourself to other people.
That's very hard, because, you know, you go on Facebook, or you go on Reddit, or wherever you see success stories, the magazines in the grocery store. I lost 50 pounds in 24 minutes on keto. You know, it's like, come on, you know.
And then some of y'all, I'm just going to say this, some of y'all got husbands who joined you on keto, and they've lost way more weight
not fair.
That you have.
Metabolically, it's not fair.
And, you know, you kind of, it's irritating you. I get it.
Hormones are a big deal. And also, there's people who maybe started out at 500 pounds, and maybe it is possible for them to have lost 100 pounds in, you know, 3 or 4 months. But for those of us who have less to lose, or we're female, or we're over a certain age, there's lots of factors. Once again, if you have a metabolic condition like insulin resistance or diabetes, some things might be more difficult for you. So just you're right in not comparing yourself to other people.
Don't compare yourself.
Even mates, you know.
Don't compare yourself to your spouse. Don't compare yourself to Aunt Jenny, who did keto and lost, you know, 100 pounds in 2 weeks. Don't do that, because if you do that, you're just going to drive yourself crazy, and you're going to just get yourself discouraged for really no reason. Because you should be doing keto. You know, the weight loss is important, and it's a great benefit, but it's not the only benefit to doing the keto diet.
And if you don't heal your body from the other things that are bothering it, it's not going to release weight.
Yeah.
Because it uses weight as a self-protective measure.
The number 3 reason to stick with keto is what you've done in the past hasn't worked. Or if it has worked for you, you haven't been able to sustain it.
Right, it doesn't work anymore.
Right. So I'll give you an example that I've done Weight Watchers several times, and I've lost weight doing Weight Watchers. Of course, Weight Watchers is not a high-fat, medium protein, low-carb diet.
The thing with Weight Watchers is it changes every year.
Yeah,
they have a new program.
I wasn't going to talk about
Okay.
that. I'm not about trying to bash Weight Watchers or the Weight Watchers program. I have lost weight on Weight Watchers. I've lost probably 30 to 40 pounds on Weight Watchers.
I do
too. However, as soon as I stopped following their plan exactly, I gained all the weight back. And that can happen to you even on keto.
Yes.
If you do keto as a short-term thing, you can lose all the weight.
I saw a meme the other day, and it was said that keto is like marriage. You can't cheat and expect it to work. I thought that was pretty profound.
Actually, that's another topic all by itself. You can't cheat and expect it to work.
But you have to actually follow.
Yeah, you have to follow
a program.
But again, one of the reasons not to quit is that what you've done before it hasn't worked. And keto will work for you. It's just you need to be patient with it. And again, you made that decision for some reason to try this keto thing. And I don't think that we make decisions. A lot of times I don't think we just make decisions willy-nilly. I don't think most people do. I mean, some people do. Sure, some people just do things impulsively. But I think that
when it comes to something like this, changing the way you eat, not like...
You're right, you made a decision. There was something in your life, some point you got to, and you said...
It's not like choosing between a latte and a mocha.
Yeah,
it's
but I think there was something in your life that triggered you to, I'm going to try this keto thing versus trying something else, because you still had all those other options available to you, and you still do today. But you decided you were going to try this keto thing probably because you heard good things about it, or you knew people who were doing it. And again, you made that decision, stick with it. But again, what you did in the past, you've had some success before, but you couldn't keep it off. And just keep that in mind. That's another reason for you not to quit. Number 4, there's some long-term health benefits. We kind of been talking about that a little bit, but there are some long-term health benefits to doing keto that has nothing to do with just losing weight.
But just losing weight is going to provide a health benefit in and of itself, just because usually weight loss in and of itself can help with a lot of your health markers, your blood pressure, your cholesterol, your insulin resistance, helping diabetes. Go away.
I started with type 2 diabetes, and losing the weight helped change that, reverse that. So those are not... That's some long-term benefits of keto.
Right, because it does, just like the weight loss, these side effects of the ketogenic lifestyle do take some time, generally. Mm-hmm. Because, like we discussed in our previous points, if you've done metabolic damage, it's going to take a little time for your body to kick in and change those things. Yeah.
I mean, keto, there's all kinds of studies that are starting and things that have been talked about.
Especially lately in the last little while, because people are starting to do people who are ketogenically inclined are beginning their own studies. Yeah. So
I mean, there's research now tying keto to having possible positive effects on cancer, and possibly being not sole treatment, but maybe an alternative treatment or something that can help you if you do have cancer.
Yes.
Looking at keto maybe is a way that can help with people who have Alzheimer's or to prevent Alzheimer's. There's all kinds of health benefits that people are finally starting to discover about the keto diet and the keto lifestyle.
So in the next 10 years, there should be more and more things that come out supporting
because there's too many people having success on it, and there's too many people... and again, when I say success, I'm not just talking about losing weight. I'm talking about there's too many people who are having health changes, major health changes, and their doctors are seeing it.
Right. whatever you're doing, keep doing it.
Yeah, and the doctors
they don't even want to know.
A lot of the doctors can't even
They're like,
explain
it's
it.
working, so
And
just
so
do it.
it's catching the attention of people, and
Well, and the ketogenic diet has always been a benefit to people with seizures and epilepsy.
That's true.
I mean, that's why it was originated in the first
that's why it
place.
was
So
developed.
a lot of those are children, and they're not necessarily looking to lose weight.
Right.
So weight loss isn't really of what they're going for. They are doing it strictly to prevent their seizures.
Sure, the weight loss is almost like a bonus.
Right.
Just it's a bonus effect of, or bonus
Side
effect of doing the keto diet. So yeah, so remember the long-term health benefits that are out there for you. And then the number 5 reason keto can work. I want to say keto will work.
CJ wanted to do a bumper sticker that just says keto works, and I said, well, how about keto can work? And he said, that's
keto
too many words.
Keto works.
I said, are you paying by the letter or something?
No, keto works, and I truly believe keto works. I think sometimes you have to give it time. I think
by putting that can in there, though, doesn't that mean that it's more something that you have to do?
That's the one way to look at it.
That you have to put in some
That's
effort.
true. That's true.
Because it can work
Keto
if
can
you
work.
put in the effort, if you put in the time.
That's true.
If you
just like anything, just like marriage. Marriage works if you do all those things.
If
you do all those things. But no, that's a good point. But I think you do have to, with keto, just like anything else, you have to give it time. You have to have
make the adjustments.
You have to make adjustments to your lifestyle, but you also might have to make adjustments to what you're eating and how you're doing keto.
Mental adjustments.
Yes, mental adjustments. But you do need to just realize to give it time, because a lot of the things can be going on and a lot of changes could be happening in your body that you just aren't seeing it yet, or you're not seeing it as fast as you think you should see it. And maybe that's one of the things we should make sure people know.
Or you're not really realizing it until you actually sit down.
But some people, I think when they start keto, they just expect, man, I'm gonna lose 25 pounds in 2 weeks because Sally did, or my husband did. But everybody's different.
Yeah.
Everybody's different. There's things in weight loss that Sarah's had, some of the inches and the changes that you've had that I haven't had as dramatic as you. And I don't sit here and just say, oh man,
I'm going to give up on keto because I'm not seeing it as fast as Sarah
because
did.
I'm not, but you know what, and I get it. I get why we get discouraged. I get why because we want stuff now.
Well, we're a society of instant gratification.
Yeah, we are. And so, but again, keto can work for you. Keto will work for you, but you got to stick with it. You got to work through it. You got to make adjustments if you need to make adjustments. You know what? If you have been thinking about quitting, don't. If you've fallen off the wagon, get back up. Tomorrow's a new day. Start anew. I remember watching something from the folks over at Keto Connect. I think it was just a couple of years ago when they were kind of doing a series of how to, kind of keto basics. And I remember taking one thing away from some of that. And it was, when you first start keto, if you don't do anything else right, do this. Get your carbs low.
Yes.
Keep your carbs low. You can figure out the protein. You can figure out
whatever you choose your macros.
You can figure out the fat level. But if you change and keep your carbs low and get them down, even if you just start and you say, okay, all I'm going to do is track how many carbs I'm eating for a week, 2 weeks, a month, whatever. That will have a dramatic change.
That is the most important
thing. That will have a dramatic change, and you can figure out all the other stuff. You can figure out your fat and your protein and all that stuff. But again, if you've gotten to the point where you just feel like quitting or you quit, we just want to encourage you not to do that, to get back on it, because tomorrow's a new day. The next meal you eat is a new meal, and what you did yesterday doesn't count anyway. So hopefully this has helped somebody. We don't know who this is really for and why we decided to do this, but I really feel like this is speaking to somebody, and hopefully this will help someone.
We all need encouragement.
Help someone,
whether we're brand new or we've been doing this for years. We all need that shot in the arm.
Yep, So we've got some other videos. If you've been doing keto for a while and you're kind of starting to get bored, we got a video about keto boredom and how to deal with that. It's some really basic information, but it's stuff that works, because hey, you can get bored with anything really. And so if you just happened upon this channel or stumbled across our channel,
we get a lot of stumblers.
People tell us all the time in the comments that
I stumbled into your channel.
Stumbled across our channel. There's a lot of people falling down.
I know, right? Come on, fall down into my channel.
Yeah. But anyway, if you're new here, this is our Keto Conversation segment. We do these every Wednesday. We do new recipes every Sunday. And we hope that you decide to come back and be part of our ketogenic family. If you've got some more things you want to add to this conversation, leave them in the comments below. And we appreciate you being here. So hopefully you have a great rest of the week. And we'll talk to you later. Bye-bye. Peace.
Dance with